get started. Nothing was stopping me. Nothing was in my way. The world was mine. And so I worked in corporate America. My background is in radio and television. Love the radio and television industry. I started as an on-air personality. I did a news segment in undergrad. Loved it. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be talking to the world. And so I knew at a young age when I worked at Hardee's in high school that I was going to use my voice to make money. I didn't know how. I just knew that I could do it. And so I enjoyed working at Hardee's. My aunt owned the Hardee's. She had a franchise. And I would get on the drive-through, and I would love being on the drive-through because I could hear my voice, and the people on the other end didn't know it was a small 16-year-old child with that big, big voice. And so every time they would see me, they'd be like, that was you? And they always thought it was a bigger person. And so I was like, oh man, I got to use my voice. And so when I ran for office in high school, I said this speech and I got a standing ovation. And from then on, I was in every pageant, any type of function, I was using my voice. And so I absolutely know what I wanted to do when I left high school. And I did that. So I don't regret any of my choices because I knew I loved to talk. I just needed to learn how to talk better. Now I'm from the South, so you're going to hear a little accent sometimes. You're going to hear, you're beautiful. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You're going to hear a little accent because I am from the South, so it will come out, sometimes. And so the only thing was I needed to learn how to enunciate and pronunciations and, intonations and change my voice. And so those were things that I loved doing. So I was like, great, that's what I'm going to do. And so I had great business coaches. I had great teachers, great mentors. And so I actually love working in the radio and television industry. And then, of course, once I started a young family, I decided I wanted to work for myself. I don't know if you guys felt that way after you had your first child. You thought it was like the angel that came down and it was yours. Well, that was me. And I was this protective mother over my first child. He had some difficulties and nobody in the world could care for him but me. And that's when I knew I didn't want to work in corporate America. And so I decided, let me build a home-based business. This is what I'm going to do. And this is back then, right? And I said, I'm going to be an interior decorator, love interior decorating. That was actually the first thing I tried to do. I did very well, not like to leave my corporate job in television, but I did well with clients and I had little clients here and there and I loved it. I love home decor and shopping or whatever for other people and decorate. I just love it. I love it. And so that was my first moms need to be home with their children. Yes, that was me. I don't know what happened. I never thought that before. And I'm not a big person that's like love having a lot of children. I don't have two boys, #mama boys. I would have just had one if it was up to me, but I'm glad I have both of them. God bless both of them. But if something came over me that I didn't want to go back to corporate America, like I was throwing up every morning because I did not want to go to that job. And I love radio and television, but I didn't want to go there. I didn't want to put him in daycare. I did not want to do it. And so, no one really understands the emotional stress you go through. Like it was wearing on my mental health. Like I was like having problems. I was crying every day. And I was just like, what is wrong? And I couldn't get it together. And so when I found home-based businesses was possible that you could earn a 6-figure income, I am one of the success stories. I loved it. I got into my first home-based business. I crushed it. Kids need, yes, you're exactly right. Yes, nice to meet you, Kat. And so I went into my first home-based business. I loved everything about it. I didn't care what it took. I didn't care how many people I needed to talk to. I didn't care how many people I needed to network with. I didn't care how many people I needed to call. I was going to leave that corporate job. There was a desire, a need for my own mental health. I was like, I don't think I can do it. And so the person that introduced me to direct sales, network marketing, I love her to this day. Her name is Kathy. I won't say her last name. And she doesn't know she did me a favor. Like she helped me. She saved me. And so I'm always grateful that she opened her mouth. And this is why I tell people all the time, you got to share your opportunities. You got to share your product. You got to share your services. Somebody is looking for it. Like somebody needs it. And what if she did not speak to me that day? I can't even imagine if she did not speak to me that day. I was going down. And so she spoke to me that day. It just lifted my spirit that something else was available for me. I think you're going to be successful. Well, yes, I've been successful over 18 years now. So yes, this is it. Thank you. More success is coming. You're right. More success. Because I get to help more people. I get to express Thank you so much for the hearts. Tap me up, baby. Yes. And that was 18 years ago. When I first had my son, I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't work for anybody else. And so when I tell you that changed my life, thank you so much for liking the live. Share the broadcast, tap the screen, give me some hearts, get me up to 1,000 hearts. We definitely got to get our hearts up. And the diamonds and all the things, the dolphins and the roses and all the things. So I definitely was miserable. When I say miserable, I didn't want to separate from my son at that time. And so putting him in daycare, picking him up, it just was a feeling inside. I wasn't happy. I was not myself. And it was like I was on a roller coaster doing something that I actually hated, even though I enjoyed television and radio. So the first person who spoke to me about a home-based business, I said yes. I'm one of the stories that I went straight to the top of the company. I earned the trips, the diamonds, the cars, the awards, you name it, all the things. I'm on fire because I did want to accomplish a certain level. Got to that level and I was like kicking butt, baby. I was like, bam, bam, bam. When you have a strong desire, nothing can stop you. And that's why your business only can work when you have a strong desire and you believe it. When you have it, nobody can give it to you. There's not a lesson you can learn. You have to want it so badly, it's impossible to fail. And that's how I felt at that time. It was impossible for me to fail. I wanted it so badly. I breathed that company. I ate that company. I slept that company. I learned everything about that company because I knew it was my ticket out. And so when you feel like that, you're going to be successful. But the moment somebody tells you no, thank you, and you're ready to quit, you don't have that belief. You're still growing. You don't have that belief system yet because no one could tell me anything about my home-based business. No one could tell me I wasn't going to be successful. No one could talk badly about it because I was going to make it happen. And that's exactly what I did. So I'm one of the stories that I went to the top 1% of the company and I enjoyed the roller coaster because it was a good roller coaster. And so I got a chance to meet some great people, continue to have those people in my circle, powerful people I can lean on, I can talk to, I can get advice from. My mentor is a multi-millionaire. And I can tell you, I love her story. It gives me motivation to continue to do even bigger things. And so she became a multi-millionaire at 32 years old. And I was like, what? Yes. When you hear stories like that, it does get you excited that you can do it too. And so along the way, and this is what I wanted to tell you, along the way, I was continuing to build offline and I was continuing to meet new people and build my brand and build my business and, networking with everybody. Everything was great. And then as years went on, businesses ebbs and flows. That's okay. I'm used to that. Everything ebbs and flows, right? So you have really high years and then you have okay years. I never was at the bottom. I was always in the top 1%. Oh, thank you so much for the hearts. Tap, 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 tap. But I knew there was more. And I got to a point where it was just going through the motions, right? It's almost like being in a rocking chair. You're going back and forth, but you're not going anywhere. So every year I was like, I'm going through the motions. I haven't reached, this level that I want in terms of income and everything I wanted to do. But I'm doing good, but not good enough for me. For most people, Errol's like, oh my gosh, you're the best. But I was like, I have standards, right? And so I was striving for this thing and pushing. And there was some resistance. And I don't know what changed, right? Now I can look back and say, I kind of know what changed, but people were no longer coming to networking events because I was doing hotel meetings. I was doing office meetings. I had an office. Like people stopped coming around. I would say 2016, 17, 18, people weren't coming out like they were. We used to have rooms of people to talk to train, to coach, people that were open to a home-based business. And then all of a sudden it started to have like 20 people in the room. Then it was 10 people in the room. Then we had 5 people. And then some nights I had to do an entire presentation with 2 people in the room. And I was like, something has changed. Well, social media had changed the way that people get information out. Now we were still operating on conference rooms, Zooms. We were still operating face to face. And what, to me, the best thing that happened was also the worst thing that happened. Obviously, the pandemic was horrific, right? However, it made people think differently. It made people work differently. It made people realize You can actually build your own business using social media. It made opportunities open that were not open before. It forced us to learn how to meet people being social. And so that's what changed. So thank God. Oh, thank you for the hearts. Tap me up. So thank God I was already open to a change. I was on the cuffs of what am I going to do to change. And so when I got online, I started teaching myself, and then I started investing in courses. And let me tell you, invest in courses, not because I have one, but invest in courses, invest in masterminds, invest in groups. I pay for a group that I'm in. Oh my gosh, I'm talking 7 and 8 figure earners in the group. We pay a monthly fee to be amongst the best of the best, to hear what's happening for us in terms of how we run our businesses online. And so when I tell you, you gotta be in the room, you gotta be next to the people that's moving and shaking. And so, yes, tap the screen. You got to give me some hearts. I can end up on the For You page. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. I did have, thank you so much, Live Coach Sure in the building. I did have my first appointment for the live scheduled. If you're a part of my challenge, I challenge anybody that wanted to go live and you're afraid to go live, but you know this year is your year to do it. I'm going to hold your hand and we're going to go live together. Well, my first client from TikTok, she scheduled her live tonight at 9 p.m. However, TikTok has changed the rules. And so she was not able to bring me on as a co-host because they wanted her to do 3 lives in 1 week and reach some type of goal before she actually could utilize that feature, even though she had more than 2,000 followers. So that's new to me. Maybe you guys know about it, but yeah, that was new to me that she wasn't able to bring me on, but we did schedule it. So I'm serious. If you are, thank you so much. I'm serious. If you want to go live, we can do it together so I can hold your hand. I couldn't wait to do it with her. And then TikTok gave her a notification. She has like 2,000 followers that she's not able to until she meets these qualifications, right? And so that's what she's working on. So that was her second live. So she has to do 3 in 1 week and something else. So just so you know, if you want to tell your people, things do change. So I was in this roller coaster of changing, going online. When I got online, everybody else was already there. I wasn't even utilizing. I certainly wasn't on TikTok. I was utilizing Facebook though. I have a huge account on Reels. I was just going live over here, and teaching and training, still learning, investing in myself. And then all of a sudden, when Reels really became popular, my Reels took off. Like every reel, you can go look. Okay, I got receipts. Every reel, it was crazy how many people were liking and sharing these reels. So this account grew to over 100,000 in no time. And it was like, it was during the pandemic. So it was like 2021 and 2022, 2023 is like easy. And I was like, oh my gosh, then there were bonuses and there were incentives and all the money that we made during the pandemic. So it was really, really good. And so you do have to kind of like dive in, even though I'm not tech savvy. I just was like, I'm doing it. And so then eventually I got over here and then start growing this account. And so, so we want to hit 45,000 over here because I know we could do it. And it's funny because I put the same content over here as over here, but this one always does a little bit better. So that's why I tell people be on multiple accounts and then you'll see which one loves you. You'll see which one favors you. Okay, that's the one. So, but you want to be on multiple platforms. Now, this is what I want to say. It's so important. As I was creating content, I was doing curiosity marketing. Write that down. So you can create content that makes the viewer want to know more information without even saying all the information. And that's called, curiosity marketing. And so I like to make that type of content because I get people to ask me questions. So that way you don't feel like you're running behind people, chasing people. Leads are actually coming to you. How many of you would love leads coming to you? Yes or yes, exactly. Okay. Yes, you too. You want people asking you, well, what is the product? Where'd you get that from? I did my workout this morning and I had this right here, this blue thing. And I was just working out and I was training and teaching at the same time. It was 8 people asked me where to get this. I wasn't even promoting this or anything. And I said, well, you can message me. I can tell you where I got mine, right? So it was a way that you market without even saying it. I didn't have to say it. People are curious on this app. People want to know all the things. So you got to make sure that if you have a product, that you are marketing it in a way that makes people want more information. That's so important. The other thing that I learned as coming online, you can write this down. I do believe there is missions that you have to accomplish using social media. If TikTok gets shut down, it doesn't matter if you know how to communicate effectively with people. This is about building people, selling to people, servicing the people. If you know how to do that, it doesn't matter which platform you're on. It doesn't matter if they shut it all down. If you know how to communicate, you can still network with your physical body and still talk to people. The telephone still works. Face to face still works. So I never am going to just put all my faith in one thing that doesn't belong to me. I have no control over TikTok. I have no control over YouTube. I do have control over the skill set that I learned. I do have control over the people that I choose to talk to and share my product, my service with. I have control. So I'm on a mission to share and empower other women to be greater. Use this tool. Women rule. Girl power is real. I'm a woman. What's your superpower? My superpower is my voice. I need you to understand in 2025, you're going to have a lot of attacks because you're really going to thrive. And I didn't mean to say that as a rhyming 25 thrive, but you are. It's going to be different than any other year because now you see the importance. Now you're ready to put in the work. Now you have the right attitude. Now you've seen what's possible because people have shown you. We make a lot of money going live. We make a lot of money creating content. We make a lot of money just jumping in, right? And so now you see the proof. Now you believe you can do it. All you need is your belief system. We don't need to worry about every step. I am the person that just, I need to know it exists. I'm not the person that needs every step. I'm the person that's a bird's eye view. If you tell me Success Street is around the corner, I'm going to believe that it's around the corner. You're saying I can get there. I don't need to know I need to turn on 1st Street, then I need to turn on 13th Street, then I need to turn on Ellen Drive. I don't need all those details. I need to know it's possible. That's it. So now that you've seen all of these people, from people who, in my opinion, just entertaining on here, making good money. Then there are people on here that are just swearing and sharing their life and their situation, making money. Then there are people on here that are making content for moms and children that are making money. Then you have people on here like me that's teachers and motivators and speakers that's making money. So I need you to understand you're going to have attacks this year. Okay. Okay. Jeanette, how you doing, girl? You got to make sure you tap. Come on in. Yes. Enjoy the fun, baby. I need you to adapt the and what attitude when it pertains to the judgment of others while building your business. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. Yes, we got to tap. We got to get my hearts up. Thank you so much. Okay, we got to reach the goal of my Dolphins. Earlier today, man, I was on fire in this live. And so, yes, I was on fire. People were like, bam, 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 reaching all the goals, right? I love it. That way I know people are getting it. I want you to get it. So I need you to adopt the and what attitude when it pertains to the judgment of others, because you're going to be judged on this app, baby. There are people that's going to scroll by. They don't like the way you talk. They don't like the way you look. They don't like the way that you said that. And that's okay. Those are not your people. Remember, nothing lasts forever. The reality is that the human brain has limited data reserves anyway. It's not that serious, guys. They're going to forget about it. So when someone makes a judgment about you, chances are that moment or that day later, they forgot anyway. Okay. They can't remember it anyway. Days later, that judgment will have left their conscious awareness anyway. They don't know it. And so that's why you can't take it personally and not get on the live. You can't take it personally and not create your content based on somebody else's judgment. You better write that down. This is also what I've learned using social media is know that judgment is unavoidable. People are going to talk. My mother has always said to me, baby, if people aren't talking about you, you're probably not doing much. So when you are thriving to be great, you will be judged. Stop trying to control the judgments of others. Let them judge. Let them see me. You see me now? You see me now? You see me now? My mother said, baby, people are going to talk. Okay, you're going to let people, she says, I'm from the South, so we have a lot of saying. You're going to let people worry you to death, and they're not even going to come to your funeral. Now, I didn't know what that meant when I was younger, but she used to say, you're going to let people worry you to death, and they don't even come to your funeral. So if people are not talking about you, then you're probably not doing much. So that means you got to do more. That means you have to show up more. That means you have to create more content. Being super successful and doing great things comes with a package called haters and non-believers. So every time I come on the live, I know there are going to be haters and non-believers and people that scroll and people that don't like it. That's okay. That's a part of the growth process. So here's what I recommend. So I'm a big, I listen to Audible books. So if you like to read, here's a great book by John Mason. You're Born an Original, Don't Die a Cheap Copy. So YouTube, TikTok, YouTube, TikTok. Okay, I'm going to say it again. John Mason, put it in the chat. A pretty person can write it down. I'm on my TikTok and I'm on my YouTube at the same time. Grow on my TikTok. Make sure you subscribe. Hey, Jeanette, how you doing? Hey, Star, how you doing? Hey, Donna, how you doing? Let's get into it. Okay, write this down. You were born an original, don't die a cheap copy. Write that down. Very good book to read to get your mind straight. Basically, he says in the book, mediocrity, he says, put mediocrity and unfulfilled dreams where they belong out of your life. Listen, the world desperately needs the originality only you can provide. God created you for a specific, unique purpose. He has called you not to imitate someone else. I can't imitate other speakers, other influencers, other top network marketers, affiliate marketers. I can only be Jerusha. So don't imitate other people. Don't imitate, but become all that God has called you to be. Be you. The best thing that I ever did was let go of perfection. Go out on a limb. That's where the fruit is. Go out and do the thing that scares you the most. If you look crazy, so what, girl? So what? It doesn't matter. Does it matter? No. I laugh at myself all the time. I'm like, oh, that was crazy. I made a little mistake there. I laugh at myself now all the time. Before I was stiff because I thought I had to create this professional, super hard image when I first got online, because that's the image that I had in one of the home-based businesses that I built. And so I was like, really, I'm really a fun person. Like I like looking nice and dressing up, but really I want to have fun at the same time and make the money. That's possible. And so don't let anything stop you from being your authentic self. Write that down. So here's another business tip for you and what I've learned. When you are building your business and creating this curiosity, marketing, and growth for yourself, you're going to be attracting people. I teach how to attract unlimited leads, meaning I teach this in my course, how I know how to find them on social media, how to start conversations with them and convert them into a client, a customer, or a connection. I call it the 3 C's. You can write that down. Once we connect, you become a client, a customer, or a connection. You're going to fall in one of those categories. And so I teach this in my course called the 3-Day Ride. And so what you have to understand, when you are marketing online, you're not posting. Posting isn't marketing. Marketing is when you offer something for somebody else. Posting is usually selfish because it's about you. Look at my cute shoes. Look at my cute earrings. That's a selfish post. Marketing is creating content somebody else can use. So whether it's, McDonald's creating content for us to be like, oh, we want a Big Mac. Oh, it looks tasty. The French fries look hot. That's for somebody else. So when you create content for others, you attract people with those needs. You're following me? Now, once you have this content going, yes, you do have to, I think in the beginning, you have to create a lot of content. I think once you get a momentum and a rhythm and you're consistent, I don't think you have to create as much content. But as a beginner, I do believe that you have to do that over and over and over and over, just so the algorithm is putting your content out there. Because I do know creators that create one piece of content every day, because that's what I started off doing. And so as things slow down on TikTok, now I have to create 2 or 3 pieces of content a day. But originally, I was just creating one piece of content on all the platforms. And so it may change. So I would say, yes, as a beginner, let's get it in. Okay, create the content. Now, here's what I know for sure. Like I said, creating content that other people want. Like everybody's on here to get something. If you're not giving something, it's a problem. Your job is to serve people. See the people, see the people, see the people. That's the job of an entrepreneur, is to serve people. If you don't want to help people, if you don't want to solve their problem, entrepreneurship is not for you. The whole goal is to help somebody else. That's the goal. The person that helps the most people have the most money. You have your Mark Zuckerberg, you have your Elon Musk, you have all of these people, right? You have anybody you could think of. They are serving other people to the highest level of serving so they make the most money. So you have to figure out, how can I help people? How can I help people? How can I help people? And start doing that thing on social media. So you created this content and now people are watching your content. Here's where people mess up. This is what I know over 18 years or more actually of experience, right? Here's what I know for sure. You got to talk to her. That prospect you've been watching, you've been loving on her post, she's been loving on your post, or he's been loving on your post. You see this person, you never spoke to her. Why not? Well, it's one thing to market the information. It's one thing to showcase the information. But if people are just watching each other, no one's talking, Houston, we have a problem. That's when you got to go in and say, hey, I noticed you, saw my stories. Did you have a question I can answer for you? Hey, what attracted you to my page? I see that you followed me. You have to start a conversation. You have to start a conversation. If I just waited on every single person to just contact me, yes, I do use a system, a funnel. Yes, I'm very familiar and they do work. But nothing works better than my actual voice and my own activity and skill set. And so, yes, while I love your CRMs, I love the funnel systems and I have them, it's great. However, I can still see you on the live and go build a relationship. I can still see you and go to your page and love on your page and make comments on your page so you know that I'm human. We got to humanize this thing. And social media has made us distance. Like it makes us think we don't have to do anything, just automate everything. My personality can't be automated or duplicated, baby. This is an original. Like nobody can be me. And yes, I do have systems and apps to help me respond and all the things, but it's nothing like my voice. And I come on and I say, hey, Chanel, I see you. Thank you so much for joining the live. When somebody hears my voice on a voice clip, they're like, oh, that was her. It becomes real. It's nothing like that feeling. And they immediately respond. There's a business tip for you right there that people aren't going to tell you. You better use that voice clip. Okay. TikTok doesn't have it. Instagram, Facebook, all the other ones, voice clip. When they hear your voice, they know it's not a bot. They know it's not an automation. They are ready to respond, baby. And you can get all the sales. You can make all the deals because it becomes real. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate the love. Okay. If you're on my YouTube channel, say hi, Jerusha. Yes, let's give it to me. Yes, good to see you over here. Now, write this down. Here's a business tip. So you need to talk to her. Whether you're talking to her through the voice, you need to acknowledge her. Hey, thank you so much for watching my stories. Can I answer any questions for you? Hey, I don't know if you were just being supportive or did you have a question about blah, blah, blah. You have to start it. Hey, I appreciate you following me. Hey, what can I do for you? I noticed you followed my stories. Did you have a question? Ask. Leave a message in Messenger. Hey, I love the picture of your dog. If you go to their page, hey, I love the picture of your dog. She's cute. I've been wanting to ask you, what do you do for work? I've been wanting to connect with you. Tell me, what is it that you do? You start the conversation. Go to their page. I can go to your page. Who's on here? Quincy. I can go to your page. Who else is a user something? Dime. I can go to your page because you're on the live. It's going to show me 100 people that watch the live. It's easy for me to go see you. It's easy for me to go comment. Go start from the bottom and do it on your page so I'm seen. So we become familiar with each other, right? So now it's easy for me to talk to you in Messenger. I'm no longer a stranger. We're friends. Does that make sense? Yes. Yes or yes. Marlene in the building. So you can go to her page and you can start loving on the page. She has a cute dog. You comment, oh, I love your dog. What type of dog is it? Now you take it in Messenger. The money is made in Messenger. I've been wanting to ask you, what is it that you do for work? I've been wanting to ask you, do you have a business or do you still work in corporate America? I've been wanting to ask you, you just start. I love curiosity posts to attract people to you. The more things that you're putting out there and people are left with a question, it's easier to talk to them. So let me give you another example. She said, okay, I'll give you another example. If you start a business, I'm helping 1,000 people get started in business using social media, making money from their smartphone. So if you want to make money from your smartphone, this is what I do. is I help you navigate all the skill sets, teach you how to attract people to your post, how to start conversations. And for me, you don't have to go viral. You can make a 6-figure income without going viral. You just got to talk to people. So you're afraid of people, this might not be for you. Okay. You got to make sure we learn how to talk to people, how to communicate with people, how to answer questions, how to listen to the people, and then serve the people. So I'm going to teach you exactly what you can say to convert those people into a customer, a client, or a connection. And so you put out a post, and the post is something like this. Hey, I started a side project and I earned $300 petty cash in 2 days. I don't really know what I'm doing because I just started. I'm still learning everything, and I'm just trusting in God. Wish me luck. Now, I gave you information. This is a curiosity post. Listen to what I said. Hey, I started a side hustle. This is you posting. Hey, I started a side project or a side hustle, and I've earned $300 petty cash in 2 days. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm excited. Okay. I don't know everything. I'm just trusting and believing. Wish me luck. Now, what did that do? One, people see that you're excited about something. You earned $300 in 2 days. I didn't say a company. I didn't say how I earned it. I didn't say a product. I didn't say a product name. I didn't say what you need to do. I didn't say any of those things, but I did express results. I did express excitement. I did express it's possible, but I never said what it was. What happens? People are so curious. People go, well, what is the part-time hustle? Well, what is the side project? Well, how did you make $300? Because most people are thinking, oh, she made $300 in 2 days. I could do it. And she's excited about it. That's really how it goes. And I said, everyone wish me luck. All I did was ask for praise. I didn't say contact me. I didn't say if you want to do it, I'm going to give you details. I didn't say that. What I did do is create a question mark. That's what I did. That's what curiosity marketing is. You leave them hanging where they are curious, and you continue to post like that. People are going to ask. Now, I do believe CTAs are important, but I also believe they have their place. I do believe that. And so if you're on here and you're creating this curiosity type post, it works. You can ask questions. You can, when you are starting a new business, or you've started a new project, or you've written a book, or you're writing a book, you can certainly come on here and say, I'm so nervous. I just started writing my book, and so far I'm on chapter 5, and my publishers have said blah, 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 blah. I hope I sell all of these books. Now, we know people are going to say in the comments, you will, praying for you, you know, your book is going to be a New York bestseller. People are going to naturally respond to that, right? And so now you get to go build relationships with those people, because those people are cheering for you. Those people will probably purchase from you because they want to see you win. You didn't have to say, buy my book. A lot of times people think because they're posting on here that they are marketing. They are not. Posting is posting. Marketing is having a strategic plan of how you get the information out. You got to keep pushing. Now, I have content, especially my reels do very well. TikTok, not so much. I don't know why, right? So I switched up how I put out the information. So the audience is totally different on reels, my YouTube channel, and then TikTok. It's a different audience, right? It's different who they're showing my content to over here and over here. So what I do is I don't get discouraged and stop. I keep pushing. The doors of opportunity is called push. Persist until something happens. Pray until something happens. You keep pushing. You don't stop. You change the strategy, not the direction. You don't change the destination. You might change the route. You might go a different way, but you're still going to the top because it's the bottom that's overcrowded. You keep pushing. The problem is people don't keep pushing. That's the problem. You stop because it seemed hard. You got lost, right? So don't spend your life standing at the complaint counter. No one actually cares that you're complaining. No one wants to hear it. They want to know how you won. You can't walk backwards into the future. Everybody's like 2025, 2025. Okay, but you study complaining. You're talking negative already. We're 6 days in. It didn't happen yet. You're not a millionaire in 6 days. You don't know, right? So you're backpedaling. You can't walk backwards into the future. Stop watching other people win. Get in the ring. And the other thing is just be you. That's the one thing that I've learned. Envy is ignorance. Imitation is suicide. You don't want to imitate somebody else. You can be inspired by other people, right? You can get motivation from other people, but you can't be them. And one thing about this app, they love people who are just regular. Like, oh, thank you for the hearts. Phoenix in the building. Thank you so much, Phoenix. I love it. Thank you so much for the hearts. Okay. Thank you so much for the hearts. Thank you so much. Yes. So I hope you're getting this because I'm about to go. I was born to win. You were born to win. Copies are cheaper than the original. You can write that down. Said business coach Jerusha said, copies are cheaper than the original. Thank you so much, Phoenix. Make sure you follow Paige. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the love. So this is what I do. My YouTube channel is, this is what I'm growing. I implore you to start that business. And if you don't succeed, try again. And what? Okay. Being you is what is necessary in the world. Being brave is what's necessary in the world. She who is brave is free. Just be yourself. You will never do anything in this world without courage. You will never do anything in this world, right, without stepping outside your comfort zone. I remember someone came with, there's going to be judgment and negativity and all the things because that's how some people are, but that's not you. That's not me. I remember coming on a live and someone said to me, I don't like your hair. I don't like, okay. I remember coming on a live and the girl said, I don't like the way you talk. You're too loud. You're not that excited. I remember coming on the live like that could have discouraged me, but I've been loud all my life. I was a cheerleader. I've been loud all my life, baby. So this ain't it. I don't know what is, but this ain't it. This is how I talk all the time. Okay. So I know she's not my people. What am I going to do? Stop going live because she didn't like the way that I was projecting. She didn't like the way that I introduced myself. She didn't like it. So I let one person stop me from my destiny. Never going to happen. Because a woman that doesn't need validation from anyone is the most feared individual on the planet. You don't need people to validate who you are. You might want people to do it, but you don't need them to do it. You are amazing, so do it. You are beautiful, so do it. You are brilliant, so do it. You are an original. Don't you dare die a cheap copy. You cannot copy other people. Nobody can do it like you. Okay, Rayford. Nobody can do it like you. Nobody can do it like you, baby. Okay. Nobody can do it like Phoenix. Nobody can do it like Chanel. Nobody can do it like you. So what I tell people all the time, you better adopt the and what attitude. If you do not adopt that attitude in 2025, you will not make it and reach your goal. You got to make sure you put people in their places. Okay. As soon as she said, oh, I don't like the fact that you're so loud. Okay. And what? Next, invite her to the party. I invite everybody to the party. If you're not my people, you get to go to the party. What party is it? The block party. Like, I'm not even going to entertain it. I'm not going to respond to it because it takes away my energy and my attention, right? So the best thing I say to every single person that's on another level, I say, oh, it sounds like you want to go to the party. Everybody, do we want to send them to the party? They're asking, they're begging to go to the party because this is a positive space. And if we're not going to learn over here, if we're not going to be inspired, if we're not going to love on each other, then I don't want it. I already know what it's like to work in corporate America and not have that, not have the support. I don't want that. I want to create the space that's fun for me. So you need to adopt the and what attitude tonight. Okay, say, you know what? As soon as somebody says something negative, you say, and what? You want to go to the party? Yes, I see you want to go to the party. They don't even know what you're talking about. I don't care if it's face to face. I don't care if it's online. They don't even understand why you're saying it. Because somebody on here, I said, oh, it sounds like you want to go to the party. They was like, yes. I said, good. We're going to invite this person to the party. And then I blocked them. I said, they went to the block party. You make everything fun. It has to be fun for me to keep doing it. I want to enjoy what I'm doing and get paid to do it, right? I don't want to be forced. Like when I worked in corporate America and I didn't want to work in corporate America anymore, I felt forced. I was dreading the thing. And so now I get to just like be myself, still deliver great messages, still teach thousands of people, still go on stages, still be invited to different rooms and Zooms and all the things and be myself. And you can too. But you have to adopt the and what attitude. Was that helpful tonight? Yes or yes? Okay, that's our time. I just wanted to share that with you because I know a lot of times we get lost in what's not necessary. We get lost in thinking about what if, and we need to stay focused on the action. Action precedes motivation. Stay focused on the action. Don't let people stop you from doing the action because it's hard sometimes, right? It's difficult sometimes, but you got this. You were born an original. Don't you dare die a cheap copy, baby. It was not by accident that you landed on this YouTube tonight. It's not by accident that you landed on this TikTok tonight. It's not by accident. It's not. Everything is exactly how it's supposed to be. And so if you love this type of motivation, inspiration, I share business tips all the time. So that's my love, is sharing what I know for sure. Over 18 years of experience building my businesses offline, coming online, and just sharing all this great value. So if you love marketing and branding and actual skill sets, that's what I teach on this page. So make sure that you follow. Give me some hearts. I'm okay. Yes. Give me some hearts over here on TikTok. I know that's valuable to TikTok to get the hearts going. So if you learned something or you got inspired, make sure you tap the screen. Let me know you're present. Thank you so much for following. I appreciate the follow. And then my YouTubers, yes, good to see your beautiful faces. I'm just thankful that Grace and Mercy follow me. I'm Jerusha, and I'll see you on the page. YouTube in the building. So I don't know where you guys are going. If something